Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Edgar's from Solo Marketer here. And in this video, I want to answer the age-old question of how much money do you actually need to start an online business in 2024? And more specifically, I'm going to be talking about kind of like the simplest form, so to say, of online business, which is just selling digital products, books, courses, right? Stuff like that. No matter if it's yours or someone else's, like affiliate products or maybe like PLR, MRR products, right? Where you get the rights to someone else's digital product, but just basically stuff like that. And yeah, I'm going to be improvising here, and there's not going to be a lot of production value in this video. Those of you who have seen my videos before know that I'm kind of more like straight to the point, not a lot of fancy editing, stuff like that. I try to focus more on the value, on the actual content side of it, and just spend more time on that than like fancy stuff popping up on your screen to keep your attention. So yeah, just so you know, it's going to be like this. So if you don't like the idea of being this format, then click away. But if you want to find out how much money you actually need as a just starting out to run an online business, then yeah, stick around. But yeah, just to dive right in, what you can see on the screen here on my Lucid chart is I'm gonna have like three categories for when it comes to what you need to do and what kind of tools you need. So essentially, I call them, which maybe you might have seen before in my videos, but you have the traffic element, you have the funnels element, you have I called it like a continuous communication. You can also call it email marketing. These are like the three elements. So what I mean by these is you need a source of traffic where you get people's attention. You kind of people become aware of who you are or what your brand is like, and essentially you can start conversations, you can guide people to your pages, to your products. This is where uh, think, I don't know, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, right? And right now I'm talking to you on YouTube. This is my traffic source, one of my traffic sources. I started mostly with, I've done ads and all that stuff as well, but like my two most successful ones were YouTube, which is fairly recent, and just being active on Facebook groups. That's also considered a source of traffic. So that's the first step. That's traffic. The second one is funnels, which is essentially the whole automation part, which I'm highly focused on because as the name suggests of my channel, it's Solo Marketer Funnels, which Solo Marketer, I'm doing all of this alone, more or less. So this part allows me to do this alone because it's pretty much all automated. And this part is these people from the traffic source, from, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, they land on a page, right, on like a landing page where you get their email address in exchange for a lead magnet, right, and then they get directed to a sales page, and then they get put into an email automation that can offer them more products, and those products have upsells and downsells and order bumps, right? It's all fully automated. That's a full ecosystem, which I'll talk about this as well. This is like the kind of like the backbone of this whole system. And you'll be surprised at the price, that it doesn't need to be $130 a month minimum or whatever these, all the expensive tools are. There's a tool that is way cheaper than that. So yeah, we'll look at that. It's especially newbie friendly. So yeah, we'll look at it in a second. And by continuous communication, I usually mean once people go through your ecosystem, they get to know you, they maybe buy something from you, whatever, they land on your mailing list, right? That's your main goal, to have people on your mailing list and continue communication with them. So this is mostly email marketing, but it can also be, I don't know, other forms. Like you can send people SMSs, like mass text messages. You can get on calls with people, right? You can get on coaching calls or I don't know, it could be one-on-ones, it can be group coaching, whatever. But mostly I focus on email marketing here, but I might touch upon other tools and kind of forms of communication here as well. So yeah, let's tackle traffic. So like I mentioned before, traffic, and when it comes to tools, it will be stuff like, so this is the first, I mean, it's essentially it's a free tool. There's a paid version, there's a free version, but the free version is completely fine. So the first tool you will need is related to graphic design, right? A lot of people might be thinking Photoshop, stuff like that, but that's expensive. That's like, I don't know, $30 a month, whatever. The standalone tool, 20, 30, I don't know, maybe 15, I don't know, 15, $20 at least per month. But and also it's complicated. But the one that I usually recommend, it's newbie friendly. Even I learned it within a day of just like playing around with it. I'm not a graphic designer, but it comes with a lot of templates and stuff. It's Canva, and the base account is $0. So we're going to start with that. There's the pro version. At the beginning, get the free account. Just go to canva.com. I don't have like an affiliate link or anything for this, so at least not at the moment of filming this video. I might have it later at the description, but yeah, canva.com. Go there. 0 for the base account, and then I honestly don't remember. It's like $10 to $12 $10 to $12 for the pro account, which I have. It's worth it, but it's not completely necessary at the beginning. Just kind of grow into it. Start with the free one. Don't start spending money. Getting the yearly one, which is like $100 or whatever. It's just like immediately. Technically, you can do that, and chances are you'll need it. But I would start with the free one. Just kind of get your feet wet, and then see whether you like it. Which 90% chance I'd say you'll like it, but still some people maybe don't like it, or they have history with Photoshop, maybe some other tools. But Canva, if you don't know what kind of graphic design tool to use Canva. Simple as that. And this essentially will cover most of your graphic design needs, pretty much all of them, which will be for landing pages, right? Some social graphics, maybe even some light video content as well for like reels and stories. That's going to be Canva as well. I don't know if you can do much with the free account when it comes to videos. I'm not sure on that part, but worst case, you'll get the pro. But just so you know, there's some video elements there as well. And yeah, that's one. And also for videos, it will be there's plenty of free tools out there. Just search whatever your needs are. If you just need to trim a video, then search for a free video trimming tool, right? If you need something fancier, by fancier I mean just more functional, I think it was called DaVinci Resolve, and the cost, let's just check. Free, right? Here's the free version, is it? Let me just find it again. Yeah, there we go. The free version of DaVinci Resolve is packed with more features than most paid software applications, right? And you can do 4K and all that stuff. Just search DaVinci Resolve free. At this moment, it's 19, but yeah, just free download over here. There we go. It kind of got us on that page. So DaVinci Resolve free. That's what I would search for on Google, and there we go. Free download now. I remember downloading it back in the day. I didn't use it that much. It wasn't that intuitive to me. I used a Premiere Pro and After Effects and all that stuff. I've used other video editing tools as well. But yeah, this one is completely free. If you're willing to, if you need like a little bit more effects and stuff like that, this is going to be great. And then if you need the professional version, which most people don't, most people will be fine. This is overkill basically. Like the free version itself is pretty, there's a lot of stuff going on, but just so you know, that's the best option out there for free as far as I know. And but there's also, you can just search for free ones too, for other free tools for like trimming the ends off of like a selfie video you filmed or whatever for social media. So I'll keep it at 0. There's like the whatever it said, 300 pounds or dollars or whatever, but that's not necessary. Definitely not necessary, even though I think it might be a one-time payment, but still. When it comes to traffic, obviously it depends on your traffic source, right? If you do TikTok, you do I don't know, Instagram, right? It's more like graphic elements or like video elements. Or if you do YouTube like me, you can just do like a simple tool where you can just cut out the parts where you do the ooh and or go silent and trim the edges off. That it just depends on your uses, but these two are the most popular. When it comes to like social media scheduling tools, there's a bunch of like paid stuff as well. I would be aware of that these are not that necessary, especially when starting out. I say stick to one traffic source. This whole part, stick to one, and yeah, don't overcomplicate things. People will say like do 5 different, don't put all of your eggs in one basket and all that stuff. But while that is true, at the beginning, you will spread yourself thin pretty quickly if you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to learn, I will need to learn 5 different tools now. Like, let's say you've never done social media, you just used it as a consumer, but you never produced content. And people tell you, well, yeah, you just take the Facebook thing you produced, you just put it on Instagram. It's going to be easy. Uh, don't, take it with a grain of salt. Start with one, master it, make it, automatic. At first you're going to spend, like, I don't know, let's say 10 hours a week, right? But you'll once you like nail it down to like 1 or 2 hours a week, you have a system for your traffic source, let's say for Instagram, right? Once you nail it down, you have a process and you see what works and there's proof of concept, then you can get a second traffic source and then you can master that, right? But you can also kind of combine both of them, and then you can start developing like an omnipresence, so to say, when it comes to traffic and social media. And obviously there's other options like starting a blog, which I'll touch upon a tool that you can use for that. But you can, write a blog. For podcasting, not much I can help with. I'm not really but there's probably free things you can do there as well. But what else? Those are like all the main ones, right? YouTube, regular social media, Pinterest, for which you need Canva as well. All those social media accounts are free, right? So social media is free, the tools are free. So far, how much are we spending? $0. If you really want to spend money, spend it on this. This is one of the few tools that you really need to spend money on later down the line, but not at the beginning. Okay. At first, you learn how to use the free tool. The second step is what I like to call funnels. It can be more than that, but essentially it's funnels. And for this, I always recommend, if you can see at the top, there's a new tab open. I always recommend System.io, which is kind of what my channel is about. So I'm obviously biased, but I've been using it myself. I switched over from other tools that cost, between 100 and 300 bucks a month to this. And that this at the beginning is, well, at the beginning, it can be free forever. It's not a free trial, it's free. Uh, Where's the catch? Essentially, if you're going to ask, if you haven't seen System.io before, because there's no credit card required, right? It's free forever. And when you look at the pricing, you can see that the free account has limitations, right? Obviously, they want you to pay money, right? I started with the free account as well. And then when it was needed, I switched over to a bigger one. And then I eventually graduated to an unlimited one because of a need. I'm building so many funnels for myself, for clients. I have products where funnels are included, right? I'm sharing funnels, and just I need everything unlimited. But most people don't even get close to this, which is the most expensive plan, right? On System.io. On most of tools like this, all the big boys out there, their least expensive tools cost more than this. But at the beginning, free. And what you need to look out for is 2,000 contacts. That's first. That's a good limit. 2,000. I mean, if you have 2,000 actual decent leads, you'll be fine with switching over to a paid account. That at that point, way earlier even than that. Email sent. That's another vital one. There's no like 10,000 emails sent limit per month or whatever. You can send unlimited emails. Sales funnels. I'm going to touch upon this in a second, but there's a few vital funnels that you need to have in place for lead generation, for sales, for affiliate marketing, right? That 3 is enough at the beginning. You can just work those with your one traffic source. 15 steps. Yeah, that's just each funnel has 5 steps, more than enough. Blogs. This is for the traffic source. Remember, I mentioned you can create a blog. By the way, it's System.io link after the video. You can just check the description. The link is there for the sign up. And it's free. But yeah, blogs, you can have this as a traffic source. You can do blog posts, which is another video. This video would be too long if I try to explain how to build a blog and all that stuff. But it's really simple. It's really intuitive, and just it might not have all the fancy plugin uh, tools that WordPress has, but it's incredibly simple. So this is kind of like a matter of whether you want simple or you want complicated. And complicated has some upsides, but also you'll get stuck for months if this is the first time doing it. So keep that in mind. And also there's a lot of hidden costs in the plugin tools and all that stuff that everyone tries to upsell you, right? Here, you just have your blog and it's all free. no page limit, right? No blog post limit. Courses, you can sell your course. You can have just to find like a workaround, you can have just one huge course that can be split into modules, and you can sell those modules separately. So essentially, you can have like 5 courses. There's a workaround for that. And yeah, obviously, students, unlimited communities. You can build a community as well. Think Facebook group. It's pretty basic at the moment. Maybe by the time you see this video, it's more advanced, like something that, I don't know, school or high level might provide. But this is, if a community is really vital to you, start a Facebook group. That's kind of, if you want to keep it cheap, right? And we're really inexpensive or for free even. Yeah, community members, that's all fine. File storage, you can store videos and files on system.io. Again, let me remind you, for free, not for 130 bucks a month. This is all free, this column. And the tags and workflows, this is kind of a limiting factor. You might find yourself switching over to start a plan maybe later, but at the beginning you can get through with these. I got through with them at the beginning, like all these things, and they'll make more sense what those are later down the line as you start working with this. One-click upsells, that's part of the funnels. Order bumps, that's part of funnels. A/B tests, you can do split tests for like landing pages, right? Well, one in this case. Coupon codes, yeah, you can give discounts. This is an optional thing. But all this stuff, the only thing that you don't have, like a big thing, is the webinar functionality. Evergreen webinars start with the $47 plan. That's a big one. But if you know how to do evergreen webinars, you're pretty skilled at that point, right? You're not a rookie. So switching over to this wouldn't be as drastic as for someone who doesn't know digital marketing at all, nothing about online business, but that's a whole different story. At this point, we assume that the only webinars we might run people to are other people's, it's like affiliate products, right? You guide people to other webinars and they do the selling for you. So those would be the only webinars I would worry about if you're a beginner. That's a more advanced thing that people in their first month don't do. Over here, one custom domain is more than enough. We'll cover that in a bit. Yeah, evergreen webinars, there's none of that. And the migration part, right? You would need to, if you're switching over from a different tool, there's no migration provided. As far as I know, maybe not the free account. These ones, I'm not sure. They might still provide it, but not sure. But yeah, there's no support for migrating your funnels, so you would need to do them yourself. But if it's a free account, it's only a few funnels anyway. So yeah, this will be in the description later. Let's go back to the Lucidchart. Let's just type it in. So a 9-in-1 tool for, you can also build a website, not only a blog, a website. But a website comes a little bit later. I wouldn't start with a website. I would start with funnels for a 9-in-1 tool for website, funnels, email marketing, courses, etc. Right? How much? 0. How much are we spending? 0 at the beginning. You might graduate or you might just stay with this. You can just keep yourself in that frame, like in that box. You don't need to pay. It provides more opportunities if you pay for it, like the $27 a month. But at the beginning, 0 is completely fine. All right, so now I quickly want to touch upon, we mentioned funnels, right? The 3 funnels. So what kind of funnels do you need and why? So there's essentially at the beginning, the 3 types of funnels that kind of come to my mind that you might need. There's maybe a 4th, but 3 definitely. The first one is just a lead generation funnel, right? Where it's you ask for someone's name and email in exchange for a freebie. And then basically the exchange is you give them a freebie digital product. Let's say in this case, it's like a fictional digital book. It can be a cheat sheet, spreadsheet, checklist, whatever, right? It can be a video, all kinds of things. And the exchanges, you give them that freebie and get the email address. Why? Because then people get added to your mailing list, right? That's the 2,000 contact thing I talked about. So that's the limit for those people. You do that exchange, and then there's a thank you page where you can transition them in people into offering either your own product or an affiliate product. So when it comes to these, I'm going to be showing you all these funnels. These are going to be all free down in the description, by the way, right? Free, completely. Just have them and just adjust them to your own needs, but they're all yours, right? But you can't sell them, you can't share them with anyone, right? These are just specifically for your use. But yeah, this is the lead generation funnel, and then the second one is there's the sales funnel, right? Which is really simple in this case, but essentially, let's say you're selling like a course or a book, right? This is like a fictional book, and then here you have the opt-in form and all that stuff, right? Or rather, not the opt-in form, the order form, right? So here they can make the purchase. So that's all included in System.io. So that's all included. And then there's the thank you page. This is like a simple one. You can add like upsells and order bumps and all that stuff. I think there's like one of each you can do on a free account, which again, more than enough. And once you start making sales, you can get the paid account and expand, but you don't need to get the paid account until you start making sales. So keep that in mind. You don't need to buy the expensive tools. And also the third one is an affiliate funnel. In case you're not selling your own product, like in the previous funnel, you can just have something like this. You can ask for someone's name and email, and then on a thank you page, you send them to your affiliate offer, right? In this case, it's like the Legendary Marketer course, the old 15 day challenge and all that stuff, which I don't promote, haven't been promoting for a very long time, but just as an example, I set up this funnel and ask for their name and email. So you get them on your own mailing list. And then you can promote your affiliate offer as opposed to just sending straight to your affiliate offer, having one shot. 99 plus percent of people just don't care. They don't trust you. They're not going to buy anything. And then you lose them. No, first you get them on your mailing list, and then you can keep promoting products to them a million times, right? You get more and more and more opportunities just by setting up this one extra page at the beginning before you propose your affiliate offer to people. So all these funnels, as I mentioned before, they're one-click downloads. You can get them in the description below. You can add them to your own free account, right? Add these 3 funnels. They're going to be completely functional. So yeah, that's pretty simple. They also come with like explainer videos, how to set everything up, just so you know. The funnels have explainer videos, and they come with some extra bonuses like a course template or also a welcome email template where you fill in the blanks. All that's in there. After the video, I'll remind you, you can go and check those out. All right, so far at the funnels stage, let's go back, recap, $0. So far we're at 0. What else? What are you going to need else? A domain. Domain, GoDaddy, whatever, go pick yours. Everyone has their own favorites. I mean, I've used different kinds and it's fine. They work, right? Unless you have like a million people coming on your website, there's not going to be a lot of issues. Go kind of, this is do your own due diligence. You can start with GoDaddy, look that up. You can search for articles, GoDaddy versus whatever other, Cloudflare and whatever else is out there. Pick one, pick a domain that's cheap. I'm paying like, if I remember correctly, like a $2 to $3 per month for my domain. For each domain, I have 2 domains, but I actively use one. So $2 to $3 per month for a domain. You should not be paying more than that, I would say. And especially like the first year or two, they give like heavy discounts to get you in. And don't fall for the many upsells and all that stuff. But essentially, the domain, you will need it as opposed to just using the base, like over here says solomarketer.system.io. That's the default one, right? That's that's what System gives you, that domain, which is kind of like a subdomain with system.io. You can technically use it, but some social media sites will not accept it because there's been people abusing this free tool, and then there've been doing some shady things, and that system.io domain might be, flagged or whatever too many times. I'm just guessing. I'm kind of speculating that that's the actual reason, but there's just been too many people abusing it, and that's why some social media sites don't like a lot of these default domains. So it's better to get your own for a couple dollars a month essentially. And once you get it, they have all the SOPs and how to connect everything, all that stuff. It's daunting, but once you start doing it, it shouldn't be, their support is pretty good as well. They're really helpful. They've always responded to me within 24 hours or less. A lot of times they respond within 2 hours, but don't get your hopes up. As they become more popular, that's not going to be the case, but a lot of times they have responded within a couple hours when there's domain issues or whatever, like connecting everything together. But yeah, go get it on whatever platform. Just search domain hosting online, cheap domain hosting, whatever. Get a .com domain, unless you're like specific for your region, then get your own. But yeah, get a .com. Don't get one of those fancy marketing or .lead or whatever. A lot of people will not understand what that is. I don't think we're, at least I don't personally think that we're at that point yet. If it's like .com or .io, or if it's like a tech thing, but yeah, that's pretty much as far as it goes. And then obviously .co.uk and all those for like, your specific region, your specific country. But again, pricing, let's price it at per month. These prices are going at per month. So this is a necessary cost. This is a necessary one, but don't go crazy with the domains. Get a cheap one, fairly short one, as short as possible and clear, just so people can actually read it out loud. And it's not like 15 words. So yeah, keep it short. Another thing you will need is a payment processor. I'm going to go with the simple ones on System.io in settings under payment processor integrations. It's under settings, top right, and then you go to integrations, I think, or payment processors or whatever. The top two will be PayPal and Stripe. So PayPal is like, they essentially just put in their email, right? And Stripe is like an actual, like putting in their credit card details. So those are like the two ways of doing it. And there's some more for different regions, whether you live in Mexico, Philippines, or whatever, right? There's some other options, but these are the two main ones. I use Stripe myself exclusively. I think PayPal, I haven't checked really, but I think they have like higher fees or whatever. But the tool itself, if you're not making any sales, it costs zero. So all this stuff is like setup costs, right? Once you start making money, you're going to have some expenses. So with Stripe, I think it's like close to like an industry standard and whatever. It's like close to 3%, right? Around 3% per purchase goes to Stripe. But if you're not making any sales, you're not giving them any money. So, and same thing goes for PayPal. There's no monthly costs and all that stuff is last time I checked, but worst case, just go with Stripe. I like Stripe. I use Stripe myself and it's been all smooth so far. Another optional one, a couple of optional ones really, is you can do Zoom. And I'm going to introduce another one later, but Zoom for if you're taking calls. But for the free one, I would say start with the free one. It can get pretty pricey. And the free one is, I think there's like a 40-minute limit on calls. So do 30-minute calls, right? That's one option. And also a calendar, a booking where people can actually book your a call with you. It can be integrated with Zoom, right? We all use Zoom, so I assume you know what Zoom is, but yeah, for video calls, you can integrate it with Calendly. How much does Calendly cost? Zero. You can go with the fancy stuff, but you need free forever and one calendar, unlimited one-on-one meetings, one event type, which is, let's say, 30-minute call. Book a 30-minute call with Edgars, which is my name, by the way, and just have that one calendar. That's it. If you want to have a million calendars, there you go. Go have all your enterprise options, whatever, for 15K a year. Free account is completely fine. And then just like Canva, you might graduate to this one, but I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of reasons to kind of be like, oh, there's a 30-minute option, there's a 60-minute option, there's a 90-minute option. Just have one option, 30 minutes, that's it. Yeah, so get Calendly. Let's go back. And this could actually be under continuous communication, but I'm gonna put it here because that might be part of your lead generation. Would be instead of a free lead magnet, right? Like a PDF, it can be book a call, book a 30-minute strategy session with me, like a coaching business, right? As opposed to a digital product. So that's where Calendly and Zoom come in. And those are easy to integrate. You create both accounts and then you go into Calendly, go up top, click integrations. It will easily, there's a Zoom option. It will just tell you what to do. It's like a couple clicks. You log into Zoom. It's really simple. That's why it's so popular. It's dummy proof. It took me like a minute to integrate both of those, so simple as that. And yeah, so essentially we're gonna transition into, with like Calendly and Zoom communication, we can transition that into continuous communication, which would be essentially email marketing. And this will be zero because it's the same tool as this. It's System.io. It's the same tool. Let's go back. If we go back to pricing, over here, email sent, unlimited. There's two types of emails you can do. One is when they come into your funnel, you can have like a string of emails, 2 emails, 5 emails, 20 emails, whatever, where you introduce yourself, you sell products to them. It's all on autopilot. Every time someone joins in, they go through, let's say, a 5-day email sequence, like a welcome sequence. So that's what they call a campaign. I think it was some email campaign. So you can do one of those, but there's no email limit within that campaign. So you can do 50 emails if you want, right? And then the other type is email broadcasts, which is this thing, email sent, which obviously you can kind of include and exclude specific people, but also you can send just to everyone on your list, all the people that haven't unsubscribed. Let's say you have 500 people on your list, you can send them an email blast, which is called an email broadcast, which just you write an email, you sell something, you want to give something, you want to give advice, you want to teach something, whatever, right? You want to lead people to your free YouTube video or free webinar. That's where you send out an email blast to whoever is on your list, the people who still want to be contacted by you, who haven't unsubscribed, because some people will unsubscribe. So that's the continuous communication. You can do weekly, you can do daily, you can do monthly. I wouldn't do monthly. I would do at least weekly, at least several times a week, because you need to remind people of yourself. If you communicate with them once a month, they're going to forget about you, and then it's going to kind of beat the purpose. So email marketing, to keep it short, it can be done on Systeme.io. Again, at the end, there's going to be a link at the bottom, but email marketing, $0. So another thing that you will need is a business email. Again, up until February 2024, I think. You could just use a Gmail. It doesn't look professional, but it's fine. But there's been some companies kind of battling that. Yahoo and I think Google, to be more specific, maybe some other ones. I don't know at this point. But they've been cracking down on people doing email marketing with like these just free kind of Gmail accounts, Hotmail accounts, Yahoo accounts, whatever. There's been a lot of people spamming. Remember, just like I said, the Systeme.io default domain, right? There's a lot of people abusing it. So it's been similar with emails. So now what you need is a professional, a business email, which again, there's not a lot of emails I can recommend here or business email kind of providers or whatever. Me personally, that's all I know. I use Google Workspace. I think it used to be called G Suite. Let's look it up. Now it's called Google Workspace. Let's click on it. I think it was G Suite before. But yeah, essentially you can create your. To me, it costs like $5 to $7 a month, something like that. So it's it's not expensive, but it's something still. You can maybe find some other services out there, maybe with your domain hosting service. They also have a separate service where they offer you like a business email service as well, right? Like an inbox. To me, Google is the simplest. That's why they're the kind of like the most popular, right? And most people use them. And they also come with all kinds of other stuff. You can have your calendar, you can have your Google Drive, you can have your tools, and also you can have your, I don't know what the heck they call them now, Google Meet, Google Chat, Google whatever. You can do video calls there, right? You can have chats, obviously, which I don't know if a lot of people use, but you can do video calls. And I am pretty sure that you can also integrate it with Calendly. I'm like 90% sure. So you might not even need Zoom because the free Google video call option, there's no minute limit, right? There's no 40 minutes and then that's it. We kick you out. So consider that if you do Google. Again, on my end, it's like between $5 and $7 a month. So, it's probably going to be similar to you, for you. And yeah, that's what I would kind of suggest. I mean, I'm no affiliate for them. I don't even know if they have an affiliate program. They probably don't. But yeah, business email, worst case, I'm going to list worst case, $5 to $7 a month. You can probably find something cheaper. Maybe there's free options. I'm not sure. I don't recommend any. I don't know. Just search free business emails that you can connect your newly bought domain. You can connect to that, right? Using that same domain. And that essentially you need to do that stuff. There's like a couple more things you need to do, but essentially you need to do it because your email deliverability rates will suffer if you use like a Gmail. Those internet service providers, the kind of like the systems, the services, or the companies that provide you with the chance with the opportunity to send emails. They just don't like people using Gmail accounts or Yahoo or whatever. So you need to get a business one, not a personal one. So this is where just search business email if you want to look around, or just go with Google Workspace, which is what I use personally for my domain. And yeah, like I said, it comes with a whole suite of other tools, like also Google Sheets and Docs, and you can do presentations for your webinars later down the line, right? On the Google presentation. I don't remember what it was called, but it's like their PowerPoint version, and kind of covers everything, and it's fine. But yeah, these are kind of just to kind of recap. We're approaching the end. There's a couple more notes a couple more things I want to note, but just to recap, it's all about keeping it simple at the beginning, and keeping it cheap, and also not burying yourself into many fancy tools. It's very common for people to fall for many different types of tools, the shiny things, the kind of just yeah, they will drain you of your money quickly. So be very selective of what you use. Use only foundational tools. The tool will not make you rich. Don't go for, oh, this tool helped this person make 10,000, in their first month. Good for them. That's most of the time that's not the tool. There's many tools that you can use for your paid for all kinds of things. It doesn't mean that this specific tool that costs $100 a month, that's the whole, the holy grail. If you get it, you're guaranteed money. So keep it lean and mean, and don't overspend at the beginning, because also you need to learn all those tools. So you spend money and then you waste your time on them. Just be careful, right? I have no like monetary interest in right now into. I can just tell you, what the cheapest options are, and you go do it. There's no, besides System.io sign up, there might be an affiliate link, which is still a free tool. The rest, there's no affiliate links down below for. So I just kind of recommend what I would do myself. I use pretty much all of these tools myself, except for DaVinci. I use like a different tool, but the rest, I think, yeah, the rest I use myself. But yeah, um, maybe the costs that I haven't mentioned here, those are really individual, kind of depending on your location, what your situation is. But forming an LLC or some sort of a company, some sort of an entity, that might be a thing. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, not an accountant, although I'm an accountant by trade, by education. I don't really practice. So that's for you to figure out wherever you are in the world. But yeah, there might be some costs there. Also for paying for an accountant if you can do your own accounting, right? So that also might be a cost. Other stuff like this that's not tech related, it just varies greatly on the location. It is what it is. I kind of try to focus more on the tech side of it, just like the foundational stuff that's everyone is going to need. That's not like location dependent. So just kind of worry about those things, but there might be some extra costs. But yeah, just to recap, if you haven't done the math already, we can do it now. What is it? 0, 0, 0 to the 3, 5 to 7. So that's what, $7 to $10 per month, and maybe Canva. So low end, 7, uh, low end, 7 to 10 per month. I think I did it right? Seems pretty low. But I mean, not high end, but possibly, which is an addition of Canva. That would be 17 to 22. 17 to 22 per month, right? What else are we paying for? Maybe System.io. That's a possibility, but you only pay for a more expensive plan once you need it, or actually pay for a plan once you need it, which is $27. Not necessary at the beginning at all, and it's not a free trial. You just use it as a free tool forever. And domain doesn't change. Yeah, the PayPal, Stripe, you'll be paying the 3% commission. Zoom, I think it's like 10 to $15 a month if you get like the lowest version, like the pro version, whatever it's called. And email marketing free, business email doesn't change if you get one. If you get more for like your team members, then it obviously changes. But this is focused on you're starting out alone, and you're going to run your business alone like I do personally. So, you know, this is probably, I'm guessing, if you're just starting out or you just want to double check what others have to say, this is probably lower than you expected, I'm guessing, because you can run a business on $10 a month. It's just the way it is. Then once you start making sales, then some, some expenses might come in, but never put yourself in a situation where you overspend. It's like, okay, I made my first $100. Let's start spending on tools and stuff. Don't do that. Always keep in mind you have to make more money than you spend, right? So never. And with these tools, you never overspend. Your goal is to be lean and mean and not start spending $500 a month at the beginning. Don't get pulled into that crap. And as I mentioned before, the 3 funnels. Remember, we looked into the 3 funnels you will need on system.io. Go claim them all in the description. Just they're one-click downloads. You just have to sign up for them, and you'll get them delivered to your email inbox along with the explainer videos. And there's some other templates that come with that stuff as well. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to create a lead generation funnel, how to create a sales page, and how to create an affiliate funnel, and how to promote other people's products. But yeah, that's kind of, I know it was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was of value, and to kind of give you perspective that it does not need to be expensive at all. Always keep that in mind. Don't spend $500 a month for no reason because somebody did a fancy webinar on it. And it's like, oh, they sounded convincing. Don't do that. That's for the big boys. You'll graduate to that level. Don't do that now. Don't overspend. But yeah, go get the templates. There might be a couple more videos popping up, something related to this if you want to watch. Obviously, like and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. If you haven't already, I assume you like the video, so just subscribe to it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. This is a fairly new channel, so yeah. And if you have any questions, comment below. But yeah, if you have no questions, then just go get the templates, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.